This is the Zhiyun Crane M3S, a brand new version of the all-in-one gimbal stabilizer that I've been loving for the past year, which is the original Zhiyun Crane M3. And so you might notice that these gimbals look strikingly similar. There are a few new updates on the Crane M3S, which I'll share with you in this video, but largely it is going to be pretty similar to the original Crane M3. So let's start with some baseline features about the Crane M3S, and these features also apply to the original Crane M3 as well. So the maximum payload of both gimbals is 2.48 pounds, or 1.12 kilos. So because of that, it can support a wide variety of cameras. It can do a mirrorless camera, a smartphone, an action camera, you name it, and as long as it fits under that payload, it's gonna fit on this gimbal. So right now I have the Sony a7 IV with my 20mm f1.8 lens. This is my favorite vlogging combination whenever I'm going to use my mirrorless camera to vlog. And I also like it for gimbal work, this lens, because 20mm is just wide enough to capture what I need without having any distortion on the edges. So great camera combination for this gimbal, but like I said, you can also use your phone or even an action camera. So I use all three of those cameras to film my videos, and so I love that this gimbal can support all of them. Both gimbals have a built-in rechargeable battery with about 8 hours of battery life, and it can be fully charged in about 2 hours. There's also a USB-C port, so you can actually charge other devices with the gimbal as well, which is pretty cool. Both gimbals also have a 1.2-inch OLED color touchscreen display with intuitive menu controls. I really like that touchscreen display because not all gimbals really have any display on them, so it can be really hard to tell your settings and change your settings, but it is super easy to do with this gimbal. Both gimbals have 1/4-inch expansion ports on the side for adding accessories, and they both have built-in bicolor lights with brightness and temperature adjustment, and that is so handy. I really like that these gimbals are starting to come with lights now because it's nice for vlogging or just whenever you need a little bit of extra fill light for whatever you're shooting. Now let's talk differences. What's new on the Crane M3S versus the original Crane M3? First of all, it's lighter. It's 705 grams compared to 1,000 grams for the Crane M3. So I like that. Of course, if my gimbal and all my camera accessories can get a little bit lighter, I'm gonna take that. Next, the Crane M3S has a brand new quick release system that is compatible with most cameras. And I really like it because it's more subtle than a lot of the other quick release systems that you'll find on gimbals. And you can indeed take it off and put it in pretty quickly. But the thing I love most about this quick release system is that it is so small and subtle that whenever it's on a bigger camera, like my mirrorless camera, it's not blocking access to the battery, which has been a problem with other gimbals in the past, including the original Crane M3. That quick release system is also pretty neat and I like it, but it blocks access to the battery compartment of my camera. So I always have to take it off whenever I need to change a battery out, which happens pretty often. And so this new quick release leaves access to the bottom battery door, and so I love that. And the final thing that's new about the Crane M3S is that it now has Bluetooth camera shutter control. So you no longer need cables to attach them to your camera. It does of course depend on what kind of camera you have, so there's a list of all the compatible cameras below, but it works really well with my Sony camera in particular. So there you have it. Those are 3 of the main features that have been updated on the Crane M3S. You know, they're not huge changes, but they are very significant in that they all make it much easier to shoot with this gimbal and get everything set up. And so I like the direction that Zhiyun is going in. So if you own the original Crane M3, you may not need to upgrade unless those updates are significant enough for you to justify doing that. But if you're on the market for a new gimbal, you haven't bought one yet, then I would take a serious look at the Crane M3S. Because like I said, the Crane M3 has been my favorite ever since it first came out because it supports a variety of cameras, it's very easy to use, it's relatively small and lightweight considering how big of a payload that it has, and the price is pretty reasonable. So I don't yet have pricing for the Crane M3S, I'll pop it down below whenever I get that answer, but the original Crane M3 first came out for $369 US, but now it can be found for as low as $279 when it's on sale. So I'd imagine that the Crane M3S is gonna fall somewhere in that price range. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you already use a gimbal, which gimbal are you using? And if not, which one are you looking at to add to your camera kit? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.